Welcome to the first round of the New Blitz tournament. This is the same one that we played a couple of weeks ago. And in the first round we are facing the guy who is rated around 1900. I started with e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6. I went for Italian game. Bishop c5, c3, gioco piano. He went for a little bit specific d6 line, where we have to strike in the center, d4. They take, we take back. And after bishop b6, now the point is in the normal line, the knight is already on f6, so when they go check, the pawn on e4 is hanging, but here it's not. So I just went castles. And here on some normal move, knight f6, I would most probably just develop my pieces like knight c3 or just go h3 prophylaxis against bishop g4. Instead he went knight g7, and this is directly a mistake because knight g5 is a strong move. If they go castles here, there is powerful move queen h5, and white is almost winning because there is a threat on h7 mate and also threat on f7. So after knight g5, black is already in a big trouble. And there is only one move here that looks logical, and that's the move d5. But black is simply a little bit behind in his development, so we take the pawn, knight f5. This reminds me of the fried liver thing, but it's just much better version for white, since we are pawn up and also our king is already castled. And they have bad knight on e7. So at this point here, I was thinking about a move d6, but I couldn't figure out, is this a great deal for me? And actually it's best move. Instead I went for bishop b5 check. They went c6. And now again, I was thinking about queen h5, but they take c6 seems more logical move. They take back with pawn. And now here, retreating the bishop is the best option, but I decided to maintain the pin on the pawn. They castled. And here, I should bring my knight back, because knight is already odd there. Can't do anything. Like if I go queen h5, there's just simple move h6, and anyway I need to retreat my knight, and my queen is a little bit misplaced on h5. So just bringing the knight back on f3 is a very nice move, or just developing on the other side. Instead I went for bishop e3, which also looks logical. It's protecting the pawn. But now there is powerful move knight f5, which he actually played. And this strikes the bishop, strikes the pawn, and when he takes the pawn, then I'll have the weakness on e3. I brought my knight back, and now knight takes e3, f takes e3, followed by some rook e8 thing. They'll have permanent target here, and since he has a bishop pair, he's looking forward of breaking and opening up this diagonal. And I'm seeing already some troubles here if black commits this line on the board. Taking the bishop on e3 is crucial for black if he wants to maintain some pressure. Instead he went bishop b7, which is a little bit passive, putting behind the pawn and not really having idea now to push c5. And here I didn't like that this knight is... Okay, this knight is bad knight, of course. But I wanted to bring my bishop to the game. Knight is controlling b3, so that's why I pushed b4. They went knight c4. Firstly, I implement the bishop on g5 with counterplaying the queen. And then I'm going to bring my bishop back to b3. So that's the whole point. I didn't play b4 because I want to attack the knight. b4 is actually a bad move. You're playing with pawn instead of pieces, but in this case it's a solid move just because you would like to free up the square and put a bishop on better diagonal. He went queen d5, surprisingly. And here I was looking to bring my bishop back again, but then I found knight c3. And knight c3 targets the queen. Also pawn on d4 is protected, so queen has to play. This literally develops my piece with tempo. And I can now continue the game much easier. Just because he spent unnecessarily move with a queen. So he brought a queen back to d7. And now the whole point of b4, just to retreat the bishop on b3, creating better diagonal, also targeting the knight. And if they move the knight on d6, I'll play something like knight e5. Instead he went very tricky move bishop a6, where now they're looking forward of some discoveries like knight bd2 targets the queen and targets the rook. That's quite uncomfortable. According to engine, recommends a move d5. And after knight b2, to play queen c2 and doesn't even care about a exchange. Knight is anyway trapped and white is much better here. So on bishop a6, I was thinking a little bit and decided to play rook e1 just to step out of the pin. It's not the best move because it's dropping the pawn in the middle. He took with knight. And I don't have any better option than logically trading the pieces. Knight takes d4, queen takes d4. And now according to engine, knight e4, proving the piece is interesting, but I decided to simplify, bishop takes, and to get out of this pin with the rook from a to c1. It's okay. I accept this equal endgame, but on the other side he has a weakness on c6. Also feels like my minor pieces are better coordinated than black's. And after knight d2 he simply blundered that one, because bishop takes d2. And now I'm completely winning, so this happens. I didn't expect this blunder from my opponent. Now I'm looking for simplification. He actually played very well until some point. Then I bring my knight to e4, targets the bishop. He put a bishop on e7. I challenge another time, looking to simplify completely. He exchanged. I take back with my knight. And after h6, he forgot about the bishop on a6 and then he resigned. That's about the first round, and I'll see you in the next one.